A few days ago, I shared news that the Broncos were in deep discussions with wide receiver Courtland Sutton regarding a contract extension. There was also some concerning talk about a potential trade with the Los Angeles Chargers, a divisional rival reportedly in the mix. That had everyone on edge. But today, I've got positive developments for Broncos supporters, so let's dive into Sutton's situation, some draft insights, and much more. What's up, buddies? Welcome back. If you are new here, make sure you hit the subscribe button. We cover all AFC West news here on this channel. Just yesterday, an article caught my attention, and it's the kind of update that energizes any fan base. Sutton spoke about his ongoing extension talks, saying his team has been having really good conversations with the Broncos front office. He feels negotiations are heading in a promising direction and expressed a strong desire to stay with the Broncos for the entirety of his career. That's the kind of commitment that resonates. Sutton has been a key piece for the team, and his optimism about a long-term deal is something to celebrate. Why is Sutton such a big... In the 2024 season, he delivered one of his best performances yet, surpassing 1,000 receiving yards and scoring 8 touchdowns. He's a consistent threat in the end zone, though it'd be great to see his receptions and yardage increase slightly. Still, there's no debate. He's the top wide receiver on the Broncos roster. No other player in their receiving core matches his production. So when Sutton talks about staying in Denver, it's a headline that sparks excitement. The big question now is, what will it take financially to secure his future with the team? SpotRack projects Sutton could land a 3-year, $80 million contract, which breaks down to roughly $26.6 million per year. That's a significant investment. It places him just outside the top 10 highest paid wide receivers in the NFL. So it's not an outrageous demand compared to players like CeeDee Lamb or DK Metcalf. However, $26.6 million annually is still a hefty sum. In my view, that figure feels a bit high. Sutton is undoubtedly talented and has earned the right to seek a lucrative deal. He could easily point out that no one else in the Broncos receiver room is producing at his level. That gives him strong leverage. But to justify that price, the team needs confidence he'll maintain his elite output over the next few years. I'd be more comfortable with a contract in the $23 to $25 million range. What do you think? Is Courtland Sutton worth $26 million a year? Drop a Y for yes or an N for no in the comments below to share your take. Shifting focus to the draft, the Broncos could benefit from adding new talent to their receiving core, whether or not Sutton stays. With 7 draft picks in 2025, the team has options, and Sean Payton has indicated that a first-round wide receiver isn't a priority. Given the depth of this year's receiver class, there's plenty of value to be found on day 2 or day 3. Prospects like Luther Burden and Matthew Golden are rising on draft boards, but the Broncos can likely target impactful players in later rounds. Here are 4 prospects who could make a significant difference for the team. First, there's Kyle Williams from Washington State. Standing at 5 feet 9 inches and 190 pounds, he has a lean frame ideal for stretching the field. Last year, he was highly productive in college, ranking 14th in touchdowns and 8th in receiving yards. His ability to track deep balls and create vertical separation is impressive, reminiscent of Sutton in some ways. However, his speed on intermediate routes could be improved, and he might need to add some bulk for the NFL. Phil Simms ranks Kyle Williams as his second best receiver on his big board, which may be ambitious, but it highlights his potential. As a day 2 or day 3 pick, he'd be a solid addition, capable of stepping in as a wide receiver too. Next up is Elic Ayomanor from Stanford. At 6 feet 1 inch and 206 pounds with a 4.4 40-yard dash, he's got the ideal NFL build. Hailing from Alberta, Canada, he set a school record with 294 receiving yards in a dramatic 29-point comeback against Colorado. That's the kind of big playability teams crave. His size, speed, and college production make him a candidate to contribute immediately. Then there's Tez Johnson from Oregon, who has a prior connection with Broncos quarterback Bo Nix from their college days. At 5'10 and just 154 pounds, Johnson is undersized, 30 pounds lighter than me, and I'm 5'9", 185. He excels in the quick game, thriving on swing passes and short routes, and he produced well with Dylan Gabriel at Oregon last year. However, his slight frame raises concerns about durability, especially against physical NFL defenders. While Johnson brings a unique dynamic, Ayomanor feels like the safer bet due to his size. Still, Johnson could be a late-round target, offering a different style, quick and elusive compared to Ayomanor's over-the-middle, longer route approach. Either would give Bo Nix another weapon. Finally, my top sleeper pick is Tory Horton from Colorado State. This prospect deserves more buzz. Horton boasts exceptional ball tracking skills that are hard to teach. A former high school center fielder, he's light on his feet with great angles and instincts for attacking the ball. In 2022 and 2023, he was a star, posting nearly 100 receptions, 1,100 yards, and 8 touchdowns in 2023 alone. An injury derailed his 2024 season, which hurt his draft stock, but that makes him a steal. He's fast, fluid, runs a versatile route tree, and creates separation effortlessly. His eye test is off the charts, and that natural hand-eye coordination is a rare gift. Any team that drafts Horton, ideally the Broncos, gets a guaranteed wide receiver 2, with wide receiver 1 potential for some roster. He'd be an excellent complement to Sutton or a capable replacement. Compared to a team like the Cincinnati Bengals with Jamar Chase and T. Higgins, Horton would slot in as a day 1 WR2 elsewhere. I'm all in on Tory Horton. So that's all. What do you think? Share your thoughts in the comment section.